Alright, this is Deathmatch, the game where the lobby thing doesn't seem to have any centralized server anymore, so we'll run out different maps. And can you hear me?
Yeah. Yeah.
Are you holding down the key?
Yeah.
Alright. Yeah, it's not working too well. Got a gas pump. Mine has a gas pump and it looks like a little kid made it. It's like the pixel 3D like version of a gas pump made with just like solid colors for the textures. And I shoot it and nothing happens.
My game is paused.
Did you pick a team?
No.
Oh yeah, I got you in the game already. You should be able to run around and that's about it because it's impossible to get a match in this game now, it seems.
Yeah, I can't do anything.
It doesn't even it doesn't even look like you're on a map.
Yeah, I mean, I'm standing there with a gun, but there's nothing. It's frozen.
Well, I'm able to run around this map. There's a gas station. There's a restaurant called Fried Chicken. There's traffic cones looking like they're blocking off a parking lot. Except the parking lot looks like it doubles as a sidewalk if you go further down. And there's a huge drop off. That car wouldn't, it would like mess up a car's bumper if you try to go into this parking lot.
Well, this is boring. I want to run around like you.
I got a restaurant called Pizza and a restaurant called Bakery. I guess it's a bakery called Bakery. The traffic cones are half the size of a building.
Is the sound better now, Matt?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. It's better. I accidentally took like 5 screenshots. Oops. But yeah, the traffic cones and the doors to go inside the buildings are the same size. And this car right here is bigger than the first. Yeah, the car is longer than the whole first story of a bakery. I'm pretty sure this truck right here that has a long bed could actually fit the whole building in the back and take it off.
Crazy.
You got a food market here. Yeah, they forgot to take into consideration perspective and make sure everything was the right size in relation to everything else when making this map.
Well, it'd be nice if I could see the map.
Let me see if I can get the desert map to work. The pixel one works. If there's other players, it'd be a really cheap but probably like playable game at least. All right, I'm loading the desert map. Yeah, it works for me. You got palm trees, you got all kinds of stuff. You got dumpsters that are the size of the building, which that's actually not uncommon. This actually looks like it'd be a fun game if it still worked, but you can't get a match going anymore, and it doesn't really offer anything that special, but it controls work well enough. The maps are, for what they are, the maps aren't bad. Pretty sure I've seen these textures and trees and most of the things in other projects. I think they're just Unity assets from the store, but I think it's one guy that made this game, so it's tough for one guy to be able to do 3D design artwork and models and everything on top of actually developing the game. And the barrels do not explode in this one.
So is it only you and me in the game?
More than likely, because you can't get a match, so I doubt anybody's running around doing the maps on their own, because the only thing that works is online. But that doesn't even work because you can't like see other people's lobbies. Well, I'm gonna see if the other two maps work, but I think this thing's done. I think this game is over.
Yeah, I wonder if you could see me just standing here.
No, you have to create your own server. I mean, you have to create your own room in the lobby, but whatever the centralized thing is for keeping track of that obviously isn't working anymore.
Oh, that's right. We're in different servers or something, right?
Yep. Oh, the vendor map works. It actually looks kind of neat. There's like some low resolution, almost cartoon looking, like animated looking grass, and then really tall buildings. But you can shoot everything, and the bullet holes stay for like less than a second. Same bullet holes for shooting a building is the same as the bullet holes for shooting the ground. But at least the grass doesn't take a bullet hole. But it doesn't do anything to the grass. It just passes through it as if it's not there. Yeah, I was wanting to do like a quick video where you go over this game to give like a score and first impression comments and feedback. This is clearly an abandoned project, it seems, and you can't even play the game since you can't get into rooms with other people, and there's no other way to do anything. The pallets, they have a stack of pallets here, and the sides of the pallets look awful because they're just black. But the actual textures on the wood on the top of the pallet actually looks really nice. These pallets might be the best part of this experience so far. Next to the 2D cartoon looking grass, it doesn't fit, but. And the grass passes through the pallets, so that's kind of strange. This building has an opening through the middle of it where you should be able to walk through, but there's an invisible barrier. So you can't walk through, even though I'm clearly the right size to go through. I was able to leave the map. I left the map.
What?
I left the map. I jumped over the barricades on the edge, and I left the actual map, and I see the end of the universe. Well, the end of the planet we're on.
That's funny. I'll have to see the recording.
And I am falling to my death, possibly, but. Oh. I'm just falling. I guess I could just keep falling forever. Maybe I'll keep falling to the point where the numbers roll over and I'll end up just falling back on the ground. Oh, now my person's having like a seizure with the arms. They're just like disappearing and then come out shaking and everything's going wrong. This is like Big Rigs, the Big Rigs, the deathmatch game. Remember Big Rigs? Remember, you got to hit the caps lock to talk.
Yeah, when you go in reverse real quick.
That's how semis work. That's why they travel just going forward, because if they travel in reverse, they might get there more quickly because they can go infinite speed in reverse. But it just wouldn't be safe because they'd go so fast they'd end up in a different dimension. So they gotta just travel the normal way, just forward. So every time you see a truck that's flipped over, it's probably because that truck driver tried to do the reverse trick.
Yeah, and they go even faster going up the hills. That's so funny.
That's how semis work, though. They got so much power that going up a hill makes them go faster because they bleach all the energy out of the mountain and use it to get more acceleration.
You know, it makes no sense at all.
What do you know about truckers?
I know enough.
And and obviously, if you end up, and the Earth is flat, and if you fall off the edge of it, you have a seizure as you fall forever, except your surroundings just seem to stay in place. So yeah, let's go ahead and do a first impressions for this game. Now that we've had a chance to play what this is still offered on Steam as a game. I know it's an alpha stage game, but it's still offered on here to download. I really thought the maps looked nice. The graphical style, well, obviously using assets that are probably purchased. And really, the art style wasn't bad. The gunplay was acceptable. If I had other people to shoot, assuming the hitboxes were correct, it probably would be a little fun game. But what is being offered here is so far from a finished game that it's. This guy should have taken more time and released a finished. Not didn't need to be a finished game, but this says early alpha, early access alpha stage. This is when you can hop over the barricades and leave the map in a first-person arena style shooter. That's not alpha. That's still being early development. I do feel sorry for trashing this guy's game. If it is a first attempt, he actually did a good job for a first attempt, or if it's a kid somewhere, some guy that's learning how to program. But as an actual game being marketed as I got it in a search for MMOs. It's obviously not that. Steam recommended it by mistake or the issue with it. It's a lobby-based arena shooter. The lobby system doesn't work anymore, and you can leave the map and have an infinite seizure with no way to respawn. So if you leave the map, you're just kind of out of luck. You have to start over. And if you're the host of the lobby and you leave the map, you have to actually start the server all over. You have to shut down the server and start again. I want to see if I can leave the other maps. Which a pixel. Okay, on the pixel map, they actually made the barricades the right height so you can't leave the map. So whoever did this map probably tested it a bit. I can't even go in between the little. Can't crouch underneath. I can't leave the map on pixel, it looks like. I take that back. They didn't square off the corners with the barricade, so I can run through off the corner of the map and leave this one as well. And the edge of the map where you just fall off is 6 steps away from the playable area. And there is no skybox or anything, so it's just like this weird like it's that bluish color. It's like a light. If you mix the light blue and dark gray together, whatever that shade of blue is, you know what I'm talking about?
No, sorry.
Like if you mix the light blue and dark gray together and you get that bluish gray color, it's more blue than gray, but it's like a weird, like kind of a dirtyish looking blue color.
Yeah.
That's it for the sky. If you fall off this map, it's the same deal. Your arms go up and down slowly, and then you start having weird convulsions with your arms. Yep, now it's seizure time.
So crazy.
Yeah, if the person developing this game comes across it, like I said, if it's a first attempt at making a game, or this project just got uploaded way too early and it got abandoned, so this is just the state it's in, I feel sorry for the guy, but as far as giving this game a score, it's not, it's broken. Even if you could play with people, assuming we could play with people and shoot people, we'd have to have the expressed rule of you can't leave the map and crash the server. Or you can change your weapons though. There's a, let's see, primary weapon. There's 4 choices: M16, M4A1, L96, AK-74. Then secondary weapons, we got a Glock, Scorpion, and Mac 11. Primary and secondary equipment, it's not implemented yet. You know, if they finish this game, I'd play it. It'd be fun. Give a few hours of fun, but this isn't an F category game where you can do this kind of stuff. Where you can do big rig style stuff like leaving the map and falling it for an infinite amount of time while you have a seizure. That's big rigs territory. And even my gun, I guess when you end up in space with a gun, like your gun even starts having a seizure because my gun's like morphing all over the place and shaking. Or maybe my arm's causing it. I don't know. And it says it's version 0.5.1, which I know version numbers don't mean a whole lot. But assuming that 1.0 is released and 0.5 should be somewhere at like halfway to release, this isn't halfway to release at all. And first, the maps would need to be fixed so you can't leave them. Assuming the lobby system worked, and I guess you don't need the equipment right away. The guns are sufficient. The art style, well, a lot of reused assets and a lot of just flat color textures. It really isn't bad. And even the maps aren't that poorly designed, even if they are a bit small. They actually look like interesting maps. Might even say they're kind of well developed. But with nothing, there's nothing here. Yeah, if I click friends, it says coming soon. I got the info button. Let's see, developed by Baser Software. Let's see, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, it looks like there's a few people involved with this. A lot of people were involved with the artwork. It says thanks to everyone for their support. That's nice. A few different settings for graphics. I'm going to see what I had it on ultra. Let's see what low is like. Let's turn off. Let's see what else. Let's turn off. Make the graphics as poor as possible. You can change your button map. You can change the key maps. Oh, there is music. Let's see what it looks like on the low settings. Desert seemed to be the most complex of the maps, and I haven't jumped out of this map yet, so let's give it a try. There's not really even... There's barely any difference between the ultra settings and the low settings as far as the graphics go. Can't run between buildings that it looks like you have enough room to run through. There's staircases that go to doors that are shut, so they may have no real use. So I guess you could hide here, but most of them are just open staircases to doors that you can't open, which means there's no real way to use it to your strategic advantage. Different sound effect for shooting a tree versus shooting the wall. Actually, there is no sound effect for shooting the wall, but at least it does something for the tree. You can't shoot, if you look down to shoot, you can only shoot down at about a, let's see, about a 30-degree angle. Like you can't like look down at your feet, it just stops you. Just asked me if I'd like to activate the music. So that's an incomplete game. And definitely an incomplete game. Wish the best of luck to the guy that made this game and future projects, but this goes in the F category as a result of it just being incomplete. And even as is, if we could play a game together, it'd probably be quite a bit of fun. It has a very basic movement and gun mechanics down to be an acceptably playable first-person shooter. Not necessarily a high-quality one, but acceptable. But Yeah, this is a failing game. And considering it wouldn't even run properly on Meg's computer, it's going in the F category. Hope you enjoyed the quick stream and first impressions and kind of walk through this game. Random Steam project. Hope you enjoyed. Have a great day.